Hello, my name is Gregory Zaya, and I am joined in the studio today by a true living legend, Maestro Ruggiero Ricci. He is recognized throughout the world as one of the greatest violinists of all time, and the man whom the critics have called the aristocrat of the bow and the most fabulous gift of the bow in our time will be sharing today his theories about bowing technique.
Well, basically two. There's a Russian school which keeps the index finger fixed to the bow. This gives a lot of strength, but it gives a bad bow change here, because and then you have Franco-Belgian, which goes. The hand pivots on this finger.
The middle finger.
Yeah, middle finger. So that this finger goes, the index finger goes like this. Otherwise, a Russian is held here. But when you held it with the Russian school, you had to have your elbow kept the elbow very high, whereas the other one, the elbow could be here. In any case, this is what's bad, to hold the bow here, because then you put the wrist. This puts the wrist down. You want the wrist over here. Basically, when we push the bow here, that's the same as doing this. If I do this, or if I do this, it's the same. See what I mean? The hand position is the same if I do that.
Could we talk a minute, you mentioned with the index finger holding it near the second joint or the large joint, correct?
Yeah, just right above this joint. If you put it here, if you go on that side, then it puts the wrist down. You want the wrist, the whole arm, the bow is on the bottom, the arm is over. You have to think from over. So if you put the fiddle here, you get a better idea. This way, you think from above, because we're too close. But we have no way of holding the violin. We can't. That would be the right place to hold it, because you hear better here. But we can't. There's nothing to hold it with, so we put it on our neck. But basically, it should be. We should think from. You have to think from over. This way. So there's air. You have to have air in the sound, not squashed. Even if you go, if I like this, I have to release. Yes, I know. So if you play martellato, you know, it's a release. It's not. You don't maintain the pressure. This is a straight line. That's all. So when the arm goes, that's a straight line. When the arm goes up, the whole arm goes. You don't go this way. The whole this circle, the whole arm goes in a circle this way. Because you go in the direction of it. You don't go in the opposite. We should go in the direction of this way, not. You can, but it's much harder, you see. So the arm has to be. It's just so the whole arm goes. See, the elbow has to go up, not. This is a common mistake to do this. You see, this shouldn't be. This should remain. This remains level. This. This way. See, so when I'm there, then we have here. that's why the Franco-Belgian is better, because we have finger motion here. When you keep this, when you keep the index finger down, you have no flexibility in the fingers anymore. This is stiff, so it makes a bad bow change. It's only good up to here. It's not good. It's no good from here to here. It's only good from the middle to the point. It's no because down. This is the difficult part of the bow, from here to here. Not that everybody, all the kids play from here to here, but this is where the change. Every time the bow, I don't care if he's playing cello, double bass, or whatever it is. When the bow changes, this index finger should move. You see, this way. It's not that way. This is stiff. You're gonna have a bad bow change, because there's no flexibility in the fingers have to move every time. The bow changes direction, the fingers should move. Because you watch its finger, should move. I don't care if it's cello, double bass, or whatever it is. That in the fingers should move. So.
Now the index finger in the Franco-Belgian, could you comment on the differences between lying it against the stick and hooking it under, as you sometimes see?
Well, they should never do this. Sometimes they do that. They should never hook under. It's how when you put the bow on, you should do this and put the bow there, and that's all you do. You don't do anything with the fingers. You leave them however your fingers are, whatever position, natural position, you leave it natural. If you do that, that's the minute you move this, that's stiff. This has to be loose, so it's this way. See, loose. If you do this, it's stiff. So you need flexibility here. So you need that. That's all.
And when you're bowing, the right shoulder, I notice you keep it in its natural position, not raised.
No.
Shoulder
No
down.
tension. No. It's bad enough that we raise this shoulder. Some people. You need thumb. You need this finger. We need basically we can have 100 fingers, but we need 3. This, and we need one for this is for pressure, and this is for lift off. In here, it doesn't matter if I have 20 fingers or just 3. I only need 3. One for this, for lift off, and the other one for pressure here. This doesn't matter. This could be this way. You could play this way or this way. It doesn't matter. Only those 3 points count. Whatever's in the middle doesn't mean anything. So you have those, basically, that's all there is. And the bow belongs here. If you put it here, it's weak. It puts the wrist down. It's weak. You have to be above. So if you do this, or if you do that, it's the same. This or this is the same. You see? If I move my hand or if I move the bow, it doesn't matter. This is the same. Yes. Yeah. But the main thing is that the fingers have to be. The hand has to hang. Fingers have to be loose. That's as long as the bow is lying on the strings. Now the fingers are loose. The minute I take the bow off the strings, I can't have loose fingers. If I have loose fingers, I'll drop the bow. Because I'm holding the bow. Now my fingers are not loose there. Because I have to have, so if I have a hold of the bow like this, I can't relax. If I relax the hold, I drop the bow. So it's completely different. When the bow is in the air, it's when the bow is on the strings. It's crazy. It's the opposite. You see, here the hand is loose when it's on the string, and when it's off the string, the hand is to be the index finger for pressure, and then we need the outside finger, whether it's this one, whether it's this or this, it doesn't matter. We need that for lift off. This goes up, this down, that's all. Doesn't matter here how many fingers are in here. Basically, we only need, you could play the fiddle with 3 fingers on your right hand. You couldn't play it on the left hand, you need 4. But here, we could play with 3. Doesn't matter which 3. You don't need, whatever in the middle doesn't count. But my thing is that the wrist hangs, you put the bow in like that. You don't do anything, do that. It's natural. You don't do this. That's bad. You see people doing this because they think they're getting pressure. If you want to do that, do it this way. But if you do this, stiff, you need flexibility. So this has to be loose. So the minute you do this, it's not loose anymore. You lose the flexibility. The violin is like a woman. It doesn't like to be. You don't hit it. We have bow like tennis. We have bow strokes. We don't have. It doesn't. This. When you do this, it's only noise. You need. So this is a stroke. Like in tennis, you have strokes. You don't hit the ball. In tennis, you don't hit the ball this way. You hit this way, and the same fiddle. We have a stroke this way, but not if you. That's why if you take the bow off the fiddle, when you see people taking the bow up here, it's a bad sign. It looks good, but it's no good because when you come down this way, you're hitting the fiddle. Same on the piano. If they put their hand here and go like that, they hit the piano, where they don't have. You need control. So the closer the bow remains, the closer the bow sticks to the fiddle, the better. Here. It's easy. The whole principle of the technique of the fiddle is to stick this way, like it's part of you. The closer you stick to it, the better, because you remain. you have to remain in contact here. The minute I do that, I lose contact. If I do this, if I do that, I don't lose contact. If I do this, I lose contact. So everything is it's based on tenacity, sticking in, and you play. We have to play in the fiddle. You have to get in the sound, not. See, there's too much. We need some air in the sound, but this is just. See, you need. Gotta get under. You gotta get under the sound. So, and of course, the best way to go is just by using your ear. Your ear is all important because your ear tells you. If you're not listening, it's hopeless. Everything depends on your ear, the quality. To listen to the quality of sound that you're making, because it doesn't matter so much if you're playing. It matters if you're playing right or wrong. That yes, it matters, but it's worse if you sound bad, because you can be playing right and sound bad. Nobody's going to listen. You can play wrong, and if you sound good, they're going to listen. It's like a voice. Somebody has a good voice, they'll listen to it. It doesn't matter how kind of a musician he is, but they're not going to listen to a bad sounding voice like mine. What's really difficult is when they go down here. They go in one direction now. When they go this way, they push the bow at another speed, you see. The way to stop that is to just put one finger on there. Now I have to be very careful when I do this. I gotta be careful on the change or the bow is gonna go out of, because when I hold the bow this way, I'm keeping the bow from going by having 3 points of contact. If I have only one point of contact, the bow is liable to go like that. But if I practice with one finger, then I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful on the change, otherwise the bow's going to go out of control. So it's a good idea if you practice. If you practice sometimes with one finger, so this is the finger should. Right up to here. If I move my finger, if I have my finger stiff, it's no good. This is no good. Up here, it's only good. It's only good in the upper half of the bow. It's no good. No good in the lower half. It's fixed. The Russian hold, which is fixed here, is not very good. It's not good at the frog. Here. It's only good. It's strong up here. Yes. You have a lot of strength. But if you keep that fixed, it's only good up to here, then you're stuck. You see? You have to go like. That's why in the Russian hold they have to hold the elbow very, very high. Here. You can't see, otherwise you get this. Now this is the worst habit kids have, is when they're going up, they go like this. But the whole arm, you gotta go, the whole arm goes. You don't go like that, not this way. You don't, this motion is no good, you can see. If I do this, the bow is here and the bow is here. So, this has to remain, this remains level. But the whole arm goes. You don't. If you keep the elbow, if you leave your elbow there, you get this. This is no good. See, that's the common. So the whole arm goes in one unit. So that's why we have bow strokes. We don't. That's a stroke. We don't hit the fiddle. We come from above, so that's why sometimes it's a good idea to put the fiddle here, and then so you have to think from above, from over, and the trick. The problem is not this. To overcome that, you need speed. If you go too slow, this middle string, when it goes, you can overcome that with you get over it with speed.
When you talk about the one finger bowing to develop a smooth bow change and to avoid pushing too hard on the up bow, do you recommend beginning right away with the one finger and the thumb, or do you advocate taking fingers one at a time?
See, you can start this way, and then you gradually you strip them of their means. You take off one finger at a time. Then you take off this. Then they got only 3 points. Now this is. You need only 3 points, so that's not bad. The minute you take this off, now it becomes difficult when you go, because you lose your control. You lose your direction control here. So now you have to be very. So now you have to be terribly. You have to be very careful on the bow change here. Because if you're not careful, the bow's going to go that way. So too much speed. So that's why it's good. When you want to learn bow change, make them play with one finger. Because if they push too hard, when they go this way, it's gonna go out of control. So they got to be careful. They have to be careful. You have to be careful on the change. In fact, the whole basis of fiddle playing is based on being careful. Both hands, because any difference in pressure here or in fractions of an inch here on the fiddle, every little tiny motion is critical. It's not like the piano where you have a key in every octave. And then another thing terrible about the fiddle is every octave is, what you do in one octave you can't do in the other one. It changes completely. And what you can finger down here, you can't finger up here. The higher you go, the more limited your means. You can, here, when you get up here, you can only go one finger. You can't finger anymore. The higher you go, the less you can finger. Yeah, the bow, if the bow went straight, you need to go like this. You never tell. The bow goes a little bit out from us, and then going up, the bow, our hand is closer. Of course, it's only a little bit, so, and down, it's this way, basically, slightly, this direction, slightly. So down is this way, up is this way. But it's only a fraction. According to where you're, the bow will go naturally in the right place. If I go, see my bow's here. Now if I go, bow's in the wrong place. I put my hand here. As the hand goes up, the bow goes, it goes
closer to the bridge.
Yeah. So there isn't a fixed, you don't say play closer to the bridge. The bow will naturally go